Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Strategies for Enhancement in Food Production. So in this video we will cover part 2. Now let's begin with the first question, which was asked in the year 1996. Okay. The earliest animal to have been domesticated by man was most likely the dash. Very easy question in fact. So you're given 4 options here: horse, cow, pig and dog. So if you look back, if you go search or research, if you look back at the history, from the recent times, people had domesticated dogs. Okay. After that, only pigs, cows, horse all came in. But when it came in for domestication by man, it was most likely to be a dog. Therefore, the right answer is dog was the first animal to be domesticated by man. And the answer is option C. Next question here. Which one of the following is an exotic Indian fish? Okay. What do you mean by exotic? It's a foreign. Taken from a foreign source and you've been domesticated or you're growing it in another source. So you're given 4 options here. Katla, then you have Heterosnostis, then you have Labo, then you have... so you're given 4 options here. Okay. But the right answer to this question is option C, Cyprinus, or you can say it as Prinus carpio. Okay, while if you take Katla or Labo, they are the 2 Indian major fishes, whereas if you take this option B, okay, I'm talking about the option B, I'm sorry, I'm here. This is actually a catfish, and the one which is exotic out of the 4 options is Cyprinus carpio. Okay, so this is the exotic breed actually. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. So I have already explained to you what is exotic meaning actually. They are from a foreign source. Okay, they are not the origin. Okay, next question here. The silkworm silk is a product of dash. So what all you know about the silkworm? Have you ever thought about it? Silkworm. We all obtain silk from it. All that is there. But what are the other things that you can talk about this silkworm? The silk that we obtain from silkworm is a purest form, and it's actually has a scientific name which is called as Bombyx mori. The domestic silk moth is an insect from the moth family. I mean, of course, it's the Bombyx mori that I told you. I gave you a scientific name of it. It is the closest relative of the Bombyx. It's a wild silk moth. And here the silkworm is the larva or the caterpillar of the silk moth. And it's economically important insect because it is the primary producer of the silk. Now the silkworm silk, okay, the product silk. So what is it the product of? The saliva from the salivary gland of the silkworm is a component of the silk that is produced by the larva of the silkworm. So what do you tell it as? What do you call it as? Cocoon. What do you call it as? Cocoon. The Chinese silkworm, which is a Bombyx mori, has been used in commercial silk production for centuries. The adult, which has a wingspan about 2 inches actually, or you can just say 50 millimeter. It has a thick hairy body, lives only for 2 to 3 days. The female lays about 300 to 500 eggs. Okay, so how many eggs does it lay? 300 to 500 eggs. The pale naked larva is fed with mulberry leaves until population begins when they are about 3 inches. The spin of the cocoon of one of the continuous white or the yellow silken thread about 1000 yards. So when I say 1000 yards, how many meters long? It will be some 900 meters long. Okay. The pupa is killed with hot air or steam to preserve the thread intact. So we are actually killing them. But what to do? It's a process. So now you must know where the answer lies. The answer is salivary gland of the larva. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. Next question here. The process of mating between closely related individuals is dash. I think all of you know what the answer is because we already discussed in the part 1. Yes, the right answer is inbreeding. You're not taking a different species, you're taking the closely related species. Therefore, the answer is inbreeding. Next question here. A system of rotating crops with legume or grass pasture to improve soil structure and fertility is called as dash. So you have 4 options here. Okay, lay farming, counter, strip and shift agriculture. But here they are asking us a system of rotating crops. Okay, the right answer is lay farming. The growing of grass or legumes in rotation with grain or tilled crops is a soil conservation method. So why do you need that soil conservation? See, only when the soil is fertile you can plant in crops. So when I say conservation, it always denotes to the conservation of the fertility of the soil. Okay, fertility, it's conserving the fertility. So that method, you call that as lay farming. So how lay farming was introduced? Farmers have recognized that yields of the crops are the highest after plowing them with old grasslands. So it was basically some research, or they left the see, when you continuously keep planting crops in the fields, the soil will get exhausted with their minerals. So they give them a gap. So you call that as crop rotation. 1 year you're planting some for one season you're planting crops. For one season, they not exactly one season, they leave some for a few days or few months with where the soil will be left as such, where grass grow on it, or it might be any other plants which grow on it, so that they will retain, the soil will have some time to breathe in and they can retain their soil fertility back. Aeration, all that is there. Imagine you're going to keep planting crops every season. The pressure on the soil is more because the plants have to be planted, they have to give us good yield, so the pressure on it is more. So this method, if you see where they do crop rotation with grasslands or legumes, is called as lay farming. Okay, option A is the right answer. Next question here. In plant breeding programs, okay, in plant breeding programs, the entire collection of plants or seeds having all the diverse alleles for all genes in a given crop is called as dash. So the clue is in the question. Okay, in plant breeding programs, the entire collection having all the diverse alleles. So when will that happen? In a germ plasm. A germ plasm collection is the first step of the plant breeding programs, as genetic variability is the root of any breeding program. In many crops, pre-existing genetic variability is available from wild relatives of the crops. Collection and preservation of all different wild varieties, it can include any wild varieties, species and relatives of the cultivated species, is actually a prerequisite for the effective exploitation of the natural genes available in the population. So the question has given you the clue, it is of diverse alleles. Therefore, that is a hint for you. Cross hybridization is not possible. Selection of superior recombinants, that is also. They are asking us, when in plant breeding program, the entire collection, what do you call that as? It is called as germ plasm collection. Okay, the right answer is option C. Next question here. Green Revolution in India occurred during dash. So this is a direct question which was asked in the year 2012. You don't have much explanation about this, but I will tell you the answer directly. The answer is 1960s. So what do you mean by Green Revolution? It is the introduction of high yielding varieties of seeds and increased use of fertilizers and irrigation which provided the increase in production needed to make India a self-sufficient country, because we all know rice is a staple food of our country and we use a lot of grains when compared to the other parts of the world. So in order to maintain that self-sufficiency, or to make India self-sufficient, they started this Green Revolution in the 1960s so that the yield, everything could be increased. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option A, 1960s. Okay. Next question here. Now read this question here. Jaya and Ratna developed for Green Revolution India are varieties of dash. Okay. Jaya and Ratna are the two rice varieties which was developed by the Green Revolution in India. The scientific name of Jaya is IET 723. This is actually a paddy variety and takes about 130 days to grow, and the grain is long. Now the scientific name of this Ratna is IET 1411, and this takes about 130 to 135 days to grow, and the grain is again long, slender and white. Okay, so these are just explanations that I've given to your right side. Whatever explained is to your right side now. So Jaya and Ratna are the varieties which are produced in Green Revolution, and it is a variety of rice. Okay, fine. Next question here. Mimicry developed by hybridization and selection for disease resistance against rust pathogens is a variety of dash. So it is not rice. Okay, the next grain that is important in India is next place after rice. It is wheat. Okay, so mimicry developed by the hybridization and selective for the disease resistance against rust pathogen is a variety of beet. Okay, and it is resistant to leaf or rust which is caused by different pathogens. So mimicry, so it denotes to the wheat actually. Okay, next question here. Breeding of crops with high levels of minerals, vitamins and proteins is called as dash. Okay, so it is actually not micropropagation, biomagnification or somatic hybridization. You're giving in minerals, you're giving in vitamins so that the crop yield is good, and at the same time the crops that you yield are good nutritive. Okay, breeding of crops with high levels of minerals, vitamins is called as biofortification. This is the most practical aspect to improve the health of the people. See, when it comes to a developing country like India, we have still people who suffer. We still have people who are below the poverty line. We still have people who do not have proper food to intake. So at that situations, to maintain that healthy nature of people and to make some advancements and make some improvement in their lifestyle, the government included these kind of methods. So when it is incorporated in their staple food itself, what happens? When they intake, automatically they become healthier. So this was a step that was taken by the government in order to make the people healthier indirectly. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B, biofortification. Okay, fine. Fine. Now let's move to the next question here. An improved variety of transgenic basmati rice is dash, and this question was asked in the year 2010, and we have to analyze the options here. What is basmati rice? You must have heard about this. The one that you use to make biryani, the favorite food. Okay. So does not require chemical fertilizers and growth hormones? No. Gives high yield. See, an improved variety of transgenic basmati rice gives high yield and is rich in vitamin A. Okay. So this is, once again, they have mentioned transgenic. So they have made some corrections. Right, transgenic means the improvement is made from your side. You inject something. It can be, mostly they follow a system where there's boon for the people. Okay, that is why they make these corrections, and it's a boon for the people who intake it. So this transgenic basmati rice gives us high yield. At the same time, it is rich in vitamin A. Okay, therefore the answer is option B. Next question here. Which one of the following is not used as a biopesticide? Okay, again you have to analyze the options here. Trichoderma is used as a pesticide. NPV is a common biopesticide that we use. Xanthomonas campestris. Bacillus thuringiensis is a biopesticide. Okay, Xanthomonas campestris is not used as a biopesticide. It is actually a plant pathogen. Okay, it is a plant pathogen that causes black rot in cotton plants. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. The rest of them, which is Trichoderma, NPV, Bacillus thuringiensis, which is abbreviated as BT, they're all used as biopesticides. Okay. Next question here. Which of the following plant species you would select for the production of bioethanol? Okay, I think you will not know about this. Okay, before we go into the option, the right answer is Jatropha, which is option C. This is useful for the production of bioethanol. Now, this Jatropha belongs to the genus of approximately 175 succulent plant, shrubs and trees. Okay, and this belongs to the family. You can just write it as, I'm sorry. Okay, not here. I'm sorry. So it is Jatropha. Okay, Jatropha curcus. So they belong to the family. Euphorbiaceae. Okay, it belongs to the family Euphorbiaceae, and they hardly see. What is bioethanol first? Maybe we need to discuss that. What is the difference between the normal ethanol and bioethanol? See, a bioethanol is a fuel that is mainly produced from the sugar fermentation processes, although it cannot be manufactured by chemical processes. Okay, bioethanol is nothing but the ethyl alcohol that is used particularly as an additive for gasoline and motor fuel. It is a form of renewable energy produced most commonly from the biomass such as corn, sugarcane, hemp, potato, and etc. But when it comes to a predominant production, it goes from Jatropha. It is resistant to drought and pest. A main important thing. It produces seeds about 27 to 40% oil. Currently, the oil from Jatropha curcus seeds are used for making biodiesel in Philippines and in Brazil. And this is grown naturally and in plantations of southeast of North and Northeast Brazil. Apart from Jatropha, you also have other sources which include sugarcane, then you have corn, and so on. Okay, so all these are other sources where you can obtain this bioethanol. Okay, so the family that it belongs to is Euphorbiaceae. Okay, the other sources, and this bioethanol, if you see, it is used as a fuel. Okay, as an additive in gasoline and many other motor fuels, and also in many lab purposes also it is used as a sterilization method. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. Next question here. Which one of the following is being tried in India as biofuel substitute for the fossil fuel? Okay, just now we explained about it in the earlier question, right? I said it is used as biofuel for motor fuel and gasoline, additive and gasoline. So that is Jatropha. Okay, the same answer falls here, which is option A. It is being tried in India as a biofuel substitute for fossil fuels. They are fuels from the biological origin. They constitute a renewable source of energy, and since it is obtainable from the biological source, you don't have any inorganic source, the method seems to be effective, and it's a good way, and it's a good alternative also because it goes eco-friendly. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option A. With this we complete the part 2 of strategies for enhancement in food production. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter. Thank you.